John, I was just thinking the other day, Rachel, how it's nearly 6 years since we joined the authority, and just thinking it was about March 2017, I think.
It was,
It
yes.
about 2 weeks between us
A week,
starting?
just a week between us, yeah.
Yeah, and to think we've had and still in a global pandemic throughout those 6 years, it's been quite phenomenal. But I think one of the things that really strikes me, and I'm really glad to be part of this team, is that we pull together. You know, we own the challenges. It's not about it being one person's responsibility, it's collective. Although we have our own duties and areas of work that we lead on, and of course I lead for public health, engagement and governance, I do think there's that team camaraderie and spirit amongst the sort of way in which we work.
I'd agree. I think that's a real strength of our team, is just about being able to celebrate success together, but actually when times are tough, to really be able to rally round and support each other to get the plan and implement what we need to do.
And it's that Team North Yorkshire thing. I mean, it's like almost a cliche, but it's true, isn't it? And actually you think about all the help we got from highways, from communities, from different organisations during the pandemic. That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think that sets us up well for the new authority. I mean, clearly we're going to be a new council, 1st of April, it's fast upon us, and there's just massive opportunity, isn't it, to kind of integrate not just the public health and wellbeing agenda, but the work we do across the whole of adult services across the county. A lot of big opportunities, I think, for leisure, for housing, for environmental health. I mean, the list goes on, doesn't it? But big moment for us, I think.
I'd agree, and I think it builds on some of what we already know. So, you know, I'm always struck by the strength of our teams in terms of skills, knowledge, expertise. That's right across the council, not just within adult social care. That adds weight to everything we're doing, and our NHS partners. And you know, to be able to work with colleagues now as part of one council, I think just the opportunities that brings are really immense.
It's pretty unique. I don't know about you, but I still feel like, you know, I've been here even longer. I've been 9 years nearly, and feel really energised about the stuff that we want to do, and it kind of feels like yesterday 9 years ago. So actually there's loads we want to crack on with and just do, isn't there, and make a difference with.
And I think what's really nice is, you know, we've had several people as part of our leadership team over the 6 years, and, you know, people have chosen to move on to different things positively, hopefully taking a good experience with them. But it's now a big moment, isn't it, for us to sort of welcome somebody new into the team. It's right as we create the new authority. A lot of challenges, though. I think we shouldn't shy away from the challenges, which is why, you know, looking for somebody to join us, to be part of our team, but recognise the opportunities and the challenges as we're at this point in where we are with our journey of transformation on the services we provide.
What do you think we both need in terms of like the qualities and experience the person has? What are you looking for? Because it's absolutely crucial that they work well with you.
I think there's something around that ability to see the big picture, because we're working across a complex system, and being able to step back and really understand what we need to do and move forward with that, and keeping the clarity of purpose. It'd be very easy to get drawn into just one area, and we need to keep stepping back and making sure we're doing the right thing for people across the whole of North Yorkshire Council, not just one area. So it's always that sense checking. I think there's something around being able to be part of a team that can be really supportive, and with that support can come some challenge, but that really safe challenge that actually keeps us at the top of our performance and what we need to do.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think there's something about having a colleague and trust. And by that I mean trust to tell me when things are not great, as much to trust to tell me when things are going well, and somebody you have a strong and good positive working relationship with, but also somebody who owns the agenda with us and isn't kind of going off unilaterally, is independent, is innovative, can make their own decisions and choices about things, but actually, you know, sees that as being part of a much bigger team, which is of course us as a leadership team.
And something also about sort of loving the place. Or, you know, North Yorkshire is quite a special place, isn't it? Lots of different communities, each one's quite different, and you know, I think we all share that. We're all really enthusiastic about the place and the people, so a bit of that would be nice, wouldn't it? And whether it's someone from, you know, far away in the country or someone near, actually a bit of that enthusiasm and kind of seeing the potential in other people in communities would be really good. So just thinking about the role itself, Rachel, I mean, kind of you two have to be hand in glove in that role in adult social care. So kind of what do you think the main issues are for the job and what they have to do?
So I think there's an enormous agenda for us that we've been performing really well over a number of years, including throughout the pandemic, and we're well into pandemic recovery. But it's about making sure that with a geography the size of North Yorkshire, that we have consistency of practice, but still allow for those local differences that do make North Yorkshire special. and that we're able to meet the challenges that we have around all the pressures that every local authority is facing around demand and the money, but do that in a way that really is about doing the right thing for people, no matter what the decision is that we make. And because we do have such a robust plan and an awful lot to a great ambition that we have, that actually to be able to step into that space and take that ambition forward with a team that are really willing and eager to work alongside the leadership team.
Yeah. And it's quite an interesting sort of varied portfolio, isn't it? Because they've got 3 localities, Ham and Rich. So for people who don't know that, it's sort of the top end of the Dales and the Moors. They've got Craven, which is sort of one of the sparsest areas of the county too. And then they've got Harrogate. And then they've got the county-wide mental health service, and they've got the practice team. So it's quite an interesting mix, isn't it? I mean, we could get people from quite different backgrounds, I guess, coming.
And it's a great portfolio, without a doubt. And, you know, with those localities come difference in terms of the wider health systems and the ICS. So there's some of those challenges, but actually that with it brings those opportunities for wider networking and relationship development. But it is a fabulously interesting portfolio. The practice is critical for all aspects of everything we do. It's like a golden thread through, but it comes back to us valuing people and absolutely wanting the best for them, and to make sure that no matter what area of practice it is, whether that be our in-house provider services delivering direct care or our assessment teams, that actually we have got that practice right.
Yeah, and I think it's strength-based, isn't it? We've always talked about strength-based, looking at assets, looking at what people want and need. And I think that's just integral to the work that I see both you and the other 2 adult social care ADs doing.
And there's something about, I mean, the other thing I think one of the nicest things about my job is actually seeing sort of the next generation of people developing, and it's been really good to see that. I know that's really important to you, and kind of that's a flavour of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and you know it's no surprise that we're recruiting to this role now, because the person's gone on to career progression, and we see an awful lot of that within our teams. And without a doubt, I think for all of us, that is a measure of our success when we see a leadership team that's been able to help people really develop and grow, have breadth within the role, develop expertise, but some real confidence around what they're doing, and see people really flourish is absolutely a joy in this job.
Yeah, and I suppose one of the unique things actually for all of us, I mean, thinking about both of you, but also the other roles, is that people have moved portfolios a bit, so actually there's been an opportunity to do different things rather than just be stuck in one groove, really.
Yeah. I mean, even me as DPH, whilst I work across the whole population, so work with children is a support to us, working with adult services, having a portfolio that is around engagement and governance, and making sure that I play a part in the directorate, the life of the directorate is really important. And of course it is a health and wellbeing directorate, it's not an adult social care directorate, it's health and wellbeing and public health housing. Our work with the NHS is right alongside adult social care, and we often introduce your portfolio as that, Richard, don't you? And it's very evident and very much the case that the health and wellbeing of people across North Yorkshire is at the heart of what we do.
Quite often we'll find ourselves working across each other's service areas, and naturally you develop some wider knowledge in other people's areas of expertise. So you know, there's opportunity around quality and the regulatory aspects of care that we need to work across all the time, that sits alongside anybody with a social work experience, and to have that whole variety of what we do day in, day out, I think is probably the reason, Richard, that you talk about still feeling energised. I think it is absolutely you know, a benefit of this role is that I still feel energised after the 6 years, and because you're learning something new every day, or you're able to develop something. We've not remained static at any point, and we don't intend to. Our ambition is to continue to deliver great services.
There's something about that, about it's sort of big enough to do really good stuff, like thinking about the quality improvement team, which has really helped a lot of care providers, and thinking about the extra care programme, you know, 28 extra care schemes. So big, really big stuff that's well funded and well thought through, but also very local as well. So you see the local impact in different villages and towns and stuff, which is kind of quite unique, really. I don't think many places can offer that.
I think if I had to summarise working here, it's really enjoyable, challenging, ambitious, really supportive, but also it's quite a happy place to work, and you know, people are kind to each other, and I think that really matters. So I really love working here.
So good place to be, good aspirations for the future, good opportunity to come and join us.
Yeah, and just a brilliant development opportunity.